This is most Disha Khatun, student of International Relations, University of Rajshahi. Today I'll discuss my presentation topic, Feminist Approach in Refugee Crisis. So now start. Actually, feminist approach and refugee crisis represent two serious concepts in the study of international relations. The relationship between feminist approach and gender issues is a very important for outlining silent gender-related approach in humanitarian operation. So, by reviewing the development of gender issue and feminist thought in international relations, I will discuss this assignment. First, I will clarify what the concept of refugee and feminist approach in international relations is actually. So, actually. In 1951, Refugee Convention under Article 1 give 4 criteria to be considered a refugee. First criteria is that the outside the country of the original nationality is unable or unwilling to avail themselves of the protection of that country, a well-founded fear of persecution, and the persecution, of course, based on religion, nationality, membership of a particular social group or political opinion. And the second thought is feminist approach. Actually, feminist approach is an important theory in the study of international relations, where women are much more concerned about their position in world politics and gender issues. It also focused on explaining why so few women seem to be in position of power and examining the implication of this on how the global politics are structured. And the structure was much more effective on feminist approach. So here, particularly a feminist approach to refugee crisis is adopted to determine to what extent the notion of persecution can apply to gender-related issues. So here I will discuss 3 existing literature that reveal the relationship between a feminist approach and refugee crisis. First existing literature is where current women's situation in the world. At present, many countries suffering from the refugee problem, among them Sub-Saharan Africa, Central Africa, Central America, Yemen, Syria, and most recently Ukraine. Among them, Syria is the most suffering country. The number of present refugee people in all over the world is about 110 billion. This is much more the entire population of Germany. According to the United Nations High Commission for Refugees, 70% of the refugees are women and their dependent children. They are victim or potential victim of human rights abuse and acts of aggression, and the vulnerability of women and the dependent children manifest in terms of threat. Physical abuse by physical abuse by border guard, member of armies, even by the time of their even by their male refugees at the time of their flight. Even the elderly, widowed, single mother, and young girls are very much helpless because their husband, father, or adult brothers are dead or becoming prisoner in armed conflict. So here we see that the main problem here is the sexual assault or the sexual assault or the physical abuses. Even according to the feminist Donna Fancast, who interviewed in 2015, she claimed that feminist violence against women also continue after in the host countries, where the women were selling as sex slaves in order to alleviate financial insecurity. So the dominant approach to keep women refugees often obscure this kind of values. So finally, here we can see that women's security in refugee area seem as a very soft issues. Even the military intervention and other issues given more priorities over the women's security. And the second existing literature is women leadership in refugee region. Actually, the lack of women leader in the refugee-related united agencies or other human rights related institutions create a big problem for women refugees. Lack of female official in refugee camp and border post create a big problem for refugees. In terms of structure and indirect violence, women are generally excluded from position of power and democracy and restriction. In 2015, also the great feminist, she claimed that the restriction of women access to basic food, housing, and education makes them more supply of gender related. So here we see that in refugee region, women are really underrepresented. Although there are some important institutions at present that play a great role to empower women in a very different way, just as LEAP, but that play a great role for empowering women in African region. But at least the women leadership in refugee crisis is not seen as so much border that other may dominate this area. And finally, feminist approach in final criteria is that feminist approach in international refugee law. Actually, feminist theory in refugee law was produced into the 1990s, and in 2012, the Refugee Law Initiative Working Group on Feminism Theory and Displaced was formed. And it seeks to rekindle feminism engagement not only with refugee law NRD understood but also the legal displacement research more broadly. So based on conviction that they have great reformatory potential, this group engages in regular discussions with the relevance of feminist approach in refugee crisis. So extending beyond the refugee law to consider the legal protection of the other country for civilly displaced person. So finally, it can be said that women are important agents in world politics, and they challenge the gender logics in refugee crisis as an important existing organizing framework. So thank you everyone, and this is my last topic.